What's up, guys? As you can see, blam. Got the L5P hood on my truck. It is looking sexy. Got the 614 wides right here on the truck, also looking sexy. Man, you cannot tell me you do not like this L5P hood swap. This upgraded the front end so much more. I think it really completes it. Now people don't know if I'm a 19 or not. I do have to say though, guys, you guys are in for a good video tonight. I have a sneaky mod that I plan on putting in tonight's video. Something I don't think that anybody in the truck scene is making current videos on YouTube has even ever tried that has a Chevrolet like this. So it's something I think I'm going to tap into. It's going to be new to YouTube as far as this type of mod to a truck. I think it's something that you guys couldn't even guess if I gave you 100 guesses to guess what I'm going to do this thing. Something that I didn't even know was possible, to be 100% honest, until I was looking up something on Google. I can't remember what it was. I think I was looking about the hood swaps, and I came across this mod. I was baffled. There was a whole thread on it. There's like 60 pages, and I went through everything I had to go through to get this part here. It came in a couple days ago. I am psyched to get this thing installed. Once again, like I said, you guys probably cannot guess in your wildest dreams what it's going to be. So I'm super excited to get into this. Before I get into that, I'm going to show you guys how this new hood looks. Hopefully you like it. I think it looks killer and completes the look of the front of this truck. All right, guys, without further ado, here she is. Can you guys guess what it is yet? Maybe, maybe not. Check this out. This is a Denali Cluster. Yes, you guys may be confused as I have a Chevrolet. Why in the hell do I have a Denali Cluster, and how is it gonna plug into my truck? Now, this is something that I didn't even know was possible. But if you guys acquire a cluster that is of your year truck, so for example, if you have a 2015 and a half, you have to buy a 2015 and a half cluster off of Denali. Same thing with a 16, 17, so on and so forth. So even though the inside of my truck has teal letters and the new L5Ps have teal lettering and colors with the LEDs, I cannot get a 17 to match my truck now exactly, because it won't work apparently with the computer. So I had to get the same year 15.5 LML, which was red, which I like red better anyways. And I picked this cluster up. I bought a brand new one. I actually sent it to White Auto and Media, and they were able to program it. I think they charged $250 for it. They programmed the cluster to work in my truck. You have to give them your VIN number, of course paying for the service. I picked up the cluster from Specmo. I had drop shipped straight to White Auto Media. And I'd say within 1 to 2 weeks, I got this cluster back, and this will plug right into my truck, and it will work with no issues. Steering wheel controls work. Of course, we'll find that out later in the video 100%, but apparently everyone that's done this has no issues with getting anything to work, and it should have worked just like it came from the factory this way. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, so I'll show the cluster I have in the truck currently, and I think you guys will see that what I have currently compared to this whole center screen here that's all LED, you'll see why I'm making this switch, because I think it looks so much cleaner having this whole screen be LED compared to my small little screen I have there now with the 4 gauges up top. So one of the things I always loved about the Denali was this feature right here, and I'm so happy I'm able to bring it to my truck, and I can show you guys how this works. I can show you guys a swap out, and if you have a Chevrolet of any sort, and even if you guys have an L5P brand new Duramax that's a 18, 19, 17, doesn't matter what it is. The good thing for you guys is if you guys get a Denali cluster, they're also teal. So all these little hash marks around here on the tach, the speedometer, they're all teal. So if you switch over from the Denali cluster here with the screen in it over to your Chevrolet, High Country, or whatever you have, LTZ, LT, doesn't matter what it is, this will plug right in. All your colors will match. Unlike mine, they'll be a little bit different, but all yours will match. It'll work perfect, and you can get the Denali dash in your Chevrolet. You don't have to be missing out on this awesome mod. So I'm gonna get to work with getting my old one out, getting this one swapped in. I'm gonna show you guys the before and after, and you guys will get to see why I'm making this change. So stoked to get this going, so let's go. Now, as you guys can see here, this is my current cluster I have. I do like it for the most part. I would say the one thing I do like about it is how it says Z71 on it, which is pretty cool. But honestly, that is more for off-road trucks, and this isn't really an off-road truck, so I'm not super attached to it. I do like the little almost carbon fiber-ish looking design on the faceplates. But honestly, it's pretty much this whole section right here with these 4 gauges and this little screen that I think could be upgraded for sure, which I plan on doing here with the Denali Cluster. I just think having that screen there makes it look so much cleaner, and that's my goal here. Now, when I turn this dash on, the door panels are currently off my truck, so I can't lower the window and shut the door. So when I do turn the key on, it is going to hum pretty loud, as you know these trucks do. So my plan here is to show you guys what it looks like. Then I'm gonna start working on getting this whole piece off here and getting the whole dash assembly out and try to record it and show you guys what it takes to swap this out without annoying you guys with this extremely annoying noise here. So to get away from this extremely annoying dinging, which annoys the hell out of me, I'm going to work on getting this thing swapped out and record it and show you guys so you guys can see what it takes to swap this out. So the first step here with getting this cluster out, you do have to pop this piece off here. It just has a couple clips that hold it in, almost like popping a door panel off. I'm going to work on that, and since I don't have 3 hands here to hold the camera and pop it off, once I get it off, I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then pretty much I just have this piece here to pop off. There's a couple bolts to hold the cluster in. I can get that out, and that's all simple. I can show you guys with one hand holding it all. So I'll try and bring you guys along in the process of swapping these out. All right, so this piece right here, I did have to be pretty aggressive with it, almost to the point where I thought I was gonna break it. And once I did break loose, definitely sounded like something broke, but nothing broke. Pretty much, I gave some pressure here, popped this corner up, put some pressure on here, and the whole piece popped off. As you can see, you have a bunch of clips underneath here. There's what, 3 there, 3 on that side. So 6 clips that hold this piece in. Set that down there. Now I do have a bolt here, I have a bolt here, and then this whole piece will pop out as well. All right, now these bolts here, this bolt here, and this bolt here have to come out, and they are 7mm. I can get the camera to focus here. So I got 7mm. And these are super loose. Honestly, you pretty much break them loose with your ratchet. It's one of these bolts where it doesn't want to be undone when you just use your fingers, but using the tool here, it's not enough resistance to actually make it click when you go in the reverse way. So it's almost pretty much a pain. Still even tough getting this out. I didn't see that one up there as well. So I just noticed I have this bolt here, and this bolt here to get out. Once I get those 3 out, I'll show you guys this piece taken off. All right, so I got all 3 bolts out. I got this one out, I got this one out here, and I got this one out here. So this piece should come out now. Just get the clips here. Have some more clips on it. Let's see, it's giving me a hard time over here. So you can see, boom, that piece is out. Lay that over there. And I have this bolt here, I have this bolt here, I have the bolt right here, I have a bolt right there, and the whole cluster will come out. I'm gonna work on those 4 bolts there. They're also 7mm, and I'll work on getting this cluster out of here and show you how to unplug it from the back. All right, so I got the 4 bolts out. You can see I had that one, this one, I had this one down here, and this one down here, which are kind of knuckle busters. So now I'm gonna work on getting this cluster out of here. I'm gonna have to set the camera down once again to work on this, but pretty much you have to flip this clip up here, and then this whole plug will come out. So as you can see, I'll set that aside for now, just so I don't scratch the whole interior up. I'm going to pull this out here, and as you can see, this whole cluster is free. So pretty much that is a super easy swap out to me. I honestly thought this was going to be a super hard mod to do once I started looking into it, but it honestly couldn't get much easier. While recording, even along with this, I'd say if I wasn't recording and I was just working on getting this out of here, I could have had it out in under 5 minutes. And I'm going to now work on getting the new one in here and plugged in. As you guys can see, this is a Denali Cluster, and I am going to get this plugged in here, which is going to plug in the exact same way. Basically plug it in, flip the black clip over, which is going to lock that plug into place, and I will show you guys once I get the couple bolts back in, button this thing back up, and then you guys can see how she looks. So I have the cluster sitting in here. I have it pretty much pre-threaded with all the 4 bolts. So you put it back together, we have this bolt here, we have this bolt down here, and that bolt down there. I'm gonna get these all tightened up, slide the other piece back over, and I'll continue once again. All right, so I got everything back in there. As you can see, this is looking killer. Got that fat LED screen in there. And before I actually put this piece completely back on and pop it back in, I'm going to turn the key and hopefully everything is working. So moment of truth, guys. Oh yeah. All right guys, so I got the truck running here. I found a couple of different ways to change this actual display that you guys are seeing. So if I come into info, I go down to settings, and I go over to display theme, I have 3 choices. I have standard, technology, and media. So if I switch to technology, it completely changes this whole cluster face, as you guys can see. If I go back over, I go to media, changes it to this. And if I go back to standard, changes it to this where you see all the 4 gauges on the top. That is pretty badass. You can literally change what you're looking at as far as a whole display that you're seeing in the middle here. That is pretty badass to me. I am gonna fiddle around with this a little more and see what else. Let's see here. See what else I have in here. I got my trips. Average fuel economy. Look at that fuel economy. You guys can't keep up with that. Remaining oil life. Tire pressure. So as you guys can see, now I'm not on the road, so it doesn't show me the actual speed limit on the setting right here. What I can say is on my Chevrolet Cluster, I did not have this option here that showed me the speed limit of the road. So I'm interested to see if maybe this is just programmed in here and it won't work on my truck, or maybe when I actually get on a road, it will tell me the actual speed limit of the road, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty killer. It even shows my truck in silver. The only thing, as you guys can see, if you're wondering why it says engine hours, 0.2, the only thing that you're going to lose is pretty much your engine hours, your idle hours. You'll lose your trips, I believe. Now, when you switch clusters, I know it is confusing as far as the miles go, where you may think with a new cluster, is it not gonna have my miles on it? Now it will, and of course this is a brand new cluster, so I purchased it brand new. It's not one that's used. Those are the current miles on my truck, the 61.5, I believe. Yes, the 61.598. So when you put a new cluster in, your miles will transfer. Looks like everything here. So everything here is working. Oh man. And that sweet turbo whistle. I know I haven't gone over what's actually under the hood of this thing yet, and I do plan on it. And I do actually have bigger plans for it as well. So I definitely need to make a video before this thing goes away here pretty shortly, to get some more mods done to it. But man, I haven't driven this truck in 2 months, and hearing that spool, I don't know if I want to lose it, if that gives you guys any hints. I don't know what sounds much better than that, to be honest. I'm gonna wrap this section up here, guys. Once I get this thing on the road, I will definitely show you guys what this looks like, how it operates. And hopefully this was a cool mod that you guys are interested in if you do have a Chevrolet. As you can see, yes, I do have a Chevrolet with a Denali Cluster, which I am super stoked about. Honestly, this is one of those mods that I would probably pay $2,000 for, and I probably paid $500 or $600 for and took 20 minutes to do. This is probably one of the coolest, most expensive, quickest mods to do on these trucks, and I am just completely stoked with it. I'm so happy. There's no issues with it. Everything is working flawlessly. Once again, White Auto and Media is the company who did the work. They have a quick turnaround time. Now they do sometimes have slots that are sold out on their website, so you won't always be able to go on and purchase this, but you just have to keep checking back up on the site and seeing when they have slots available. You can purchase their program, buy the cluster, send the cluster to White Auto and Media with your order number on it once there's a slot available on the website, and they'll do their magic, ship it back to you, and you can have this in your Chevrolet. And like I said, guys, any questions, DM me on Instagram, leave a comment below. I'll definitely respond back. And I hope this was an awesome video for you guys, and it was something that may help push you guys in this direction. Seeing as that something for under $1,000 takes under 20 minutes to swap out and is absolutely worth every single penny, in my opinion. So that wraps the video up here tonight, guys. And man, is that L5P hood looks sick. I am super happy with it. I love the paint match grill piece. I love the actual aggression that this hood gives the truck. When it's on the road, I was in front of my dad earlier today, right after we slapped the hood on, driving down the road, and I was in front of him, able to look back and see what it looked like as he was coming up by me. And man, does it make the truck look so much more aggressive. It actually adds character to the hood here. Can't wait to get this thing out on the road. I can't wait to get some actual outside pictures. I know these videos may be a little lackluster currently, so just have the truck sitting inside the shop, and this thing deserves to be out terrorizing the streets. I'm gonna make that happen here within the next week so I can get some good content and outside pictures for you guys, show you the cluster, you can see the hood, do an actual good walk around of this thing, and do this truck some justice compared to just sitting inside the shop. So this is the end of the video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope this was an interesting video for you guys and you enjoyed watching it. This was a completely unique mod I haven't really seen much of on the internet. So if you have any questions, like I said, drop them below. DM me on Instagram. I'll help you guys out, because it was very confusing for me not knowing anybody that's ever done it. It was kind of hard to figure out exactly what process to take. It's super easy. I don't mind helping you guys out. So like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, share the video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.